The internet is a vast network of computers. They all talk to each other. But here's the thing. They don't use names like we do. They use numbers, IP addresses to be precise. Imagine having to remember a string of numbers just to visit your favorite website. Not ideal, right? That's where DNS comes in. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Think of it as the internet's phone book. You type in a name like google.com, and DNS looks up the corresponding IP address. This lets your computer connect to the right place. Without DNS, the internet would be a confusing mess. We'd be stuck in a digital dark age, fumbling with numerical addresses instead of browsing with ease. It's like trying to order takeout without knowing the restaurant's phone number. Sure, you could drive around town looking for it, but wouldn't it be easier just to look it up? DNS is that directory assistance for the internet, making sure you get your digital dinner delivered. Our story involves a website, let's call it yummyrecipesform.com, experiencing a sudden outage. Users trying to access their daily dose of culinary inspiration were met with an unwelcome error message. The culprit, a DNS server misconfiguration. Imagine a restaurant changing its phone number overnight without telling anyone. You call the old number, but there's no answer. Frustrating, right? That's what happened to yummyrecipesform.com. Its DNS server, the keeper of its IP address, was effectively unreachable. This meant that even though the website itself was perfectly fine, no one could find it. It's like the restaurant still exists, but your delivery app can't find it because the address is wrong. You're hungry, they're open, but somehow the connection is broken. Let's put on our detective hats and analyze the crime scene. We'll use a tool called TCP dump, which is like a network traffic camera. It captures the conversations happening between computers. What we see is a series of failed attempts to reach the DNS server. The computer, trying to access the website, sends out a DNS query, essentially asking, hey, what's the IP address for yummyrecipesform.com? It uses a protocol called UDP, which is like sending a postcard. You hope it arrives, but there's no guarantee. However, the DNS server never responds. Instead, we see ICMP messages, the internet equivalent of a return to sender note. These messages tell us that the DNS server is unreachable. It's like sending that postcard and getting it back with a big red address, unknown, stamped across it. This incident highlights a crucial point. DNS is a single point of failure. If it goes down, your website might as well not exist. It's like relying on a single phone line for your business. If that line gets cut, your customers are out of luck. So, what can we learn from yummyrecipesform.com misfortune? Redundancy is key. This means having backup DNS servers, just like having multiple phone lines. If one goes down, the others can pick up the slack. Secondly, regular maintenance is vital. Imagine if that restaurant never bothered to update its contact information. People would eventually stop trying. The same goes for DNS servers. They need regular checkups to ensure they're in tip-top shape. By taking these precautions, we can keep the internet's phone book running smoothly and avoid those frustrating website not found moments. After all, in a world increasingly reliant on the internet, a little DNS maintenance goes a long way.